late night gaming session. What's up, y'all? Hope y'all are having a blessed night. Whenever y'all are catching this, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Yeah, today we're just going to discuss an array of MMA topics that are going on in the world of MMA as of March 24th. Um, just last night, we just had the Rebus versus Namajunas card, and we were going to discuss that as well as some other topics. And you already know I got my main man, Nikki, right over there, Skinny Sir. How you doing, Nikki? You good, brother?
Chilling, bro. I'm chilling. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm straight, man. Just chilling, bro. Really just enjoying life right now, man. Really just enjoying this MMA that we just had last night. It was a decent card, man. It was cool to see Thug bounce back like that. Especially over a girl like Amanda Ribas. It's really cool how they let Amanda Ribas really climb two divisions like that simultaneously. I really thought only like Khamzat would have like the opportunity to do that, but obviously they really like Amanda Ribas too. So and then, like it's cool. So like the loss from Rose won't really affect her because obviously she still has her standing at strawweight. And yeah, like how'd you feel about it? Like, did you like the fight at all, or like how'd you feel about the whole card?
So I didn't watch much of the fight night, honestly. I was busy with something yesterday, but I did see a few rounds. I did see at the end of the third, it was funny. I saw
Yeah.
Rivas got up off of Rose, and she had her hands up like she won the fight. But it was like, oh wait, there's still two more rounds to go. I guess she was happy to end the round on top, and maybe it was just like the instincts, like, oh, I just won that fight, a 3-round fight. But it's interesting because if it was a 3-round fight, she probably does win that fight, you know?
I just think that she knew that was a big round for her. I thought Rose won the first two. And yeah, I mean, I thought
Ending on the ground, ending on the ground in a 3-round fight like that is very big, though.
Oh, for sure. Definitely,
It
absolutely.
could sway the decisions.
I agree. I agree for sure. So, especially with judges nowadays, I definitely thought you would say that. And it's not like Rose had landed anything too crazy on the feet. She's landed a really good jab throughout the first two rounds, was dancing, like using her patent footwork, really did good on just staying on the outside, really just pressing her with the jab, staying composed. And it was just really cool to see her get a win, man. We started coming off those two losses, and even then she had that grappling bout versus Jillian Robertson where that didn't go too good for her either, so it was good to see her actually get a W last night, man. I was really happy for Thug, bro. We're gonna see what she does at flyweight. Obviously these girls are much bigger. We saw her call out Macy Barber. How do you feel about that fight?
It's nice she wants to fight all the contenders. She's not just trying to history herself into another title shot. Like she said, she'll fight either of the girls that were fighting in Atlantic City coming up if she has the opportunity to, but now she can't. So she's giving Macy Barber. She wants to fight someone on a nice win streak. So shout out to that. That's really cool, humble of her.
Of course. Yeah, I'm really happy for her, man. It's cool to see her motivated. And everyone's always trying to really second guess her mindset. And I get it, you feel me? Based off what she said in interviews and all that, I totally understand, you feel me? But I feel like it's really just varied on certain results that she's had, and especially coming off the Monofia Rowe fight, she had her bleeding before the fight was over. And even she suffered her injury by breaking her pinky. I believe it was her right hand, so it was cool to see her bounce back and get that win, man. And yeah, obviously even then calling on Macy Barber, I do think Macy will take that fight. I could get Macy a title shot. Macy's already pretty high up in the division after getting the win over Caitlin Seminara now. So I do think that Barber will take the fight. That could honestly be damn near a #1 contender fight. If they were to have that, honestly, that could be on a pretty big fight, maybe International Fight Week, something like that. It'd be pretty cool. Another result I wanted to talk about was the Peyton Talbot and Cameron Simon fight.
Yo, that was a fight I was watching. I was doing something, but on my second monitor, I had the fight up, and I couldn't not watch it. You know what I mean? It was Simon is getting his ass busted right now.
Yeah, no, like it was pretty crazy to see like that, like like that disparity. Like really see like Cameron like just not be able to really implement his game plan, of course, the way he'd want to. Like Peyton Talbot, it was really like a star-making performance for him. Like it was really cool to see them put two young prospects like that together, and really just like see who would come out. And like even then, I know that Cameron was finished like that, but I still think Cameron's a good prospect himself, man. I just think that makes Peyton look that good, to be quite honest. It makes Peyton just look really, really good, bro. Like, especially like finishing him the way he did. And yeah, man, like we're gonna see what happens out of that. I do think Peyton's probably gonna get another unranked opponent. And we know the bantamweight division. We know how stacked it is, just even in like the lower tiers.
Yeah.
So
yeah, bantamweight. Like when I first started watching, and you would always say bantamweight's so stacked, and I didn't really see it at first. But now it's like even the unranked dude, they're freaking crazy, man. Got dudes like Henry Cejudo who are like falling out of relevancy in the bantamweight. Like it's insane. He even admitted on the his podcast with Kamaru when they were interviewing Chael. He was like I know I'm at the end of the line now. You got dudes like Umar like who might be the next contender.
I agree. Yeah, man. Like we're gonna see what happens. Like. And like, hey, for Cameron, obviously, we know he comes from a good camp in South Africa, training with the middleweight champion, Dricus du Plessis. They're going to be there for him. They're going to take him back to the drawing board. Dricus has 2 losses, so, like, he could tell him, like, hey, like, man, like, and, like, he's still young, you feel me? You can still most definitely bounce back and try to get back on the horse, you feel me? And I definitely think, and, like, hey, this is 2 things that I do want to talk about. I liked how they made this prospect versus prospect matchup. It was really cool to me, in my opinion, to see that. A lot of people, I don't want them to...
Yeah, it's nice to see prospect, and not prospect versus veteran every
time. You feel me? That's what I want, man.
Come over this way.
I'm coming to you right now. I was taking out these other zombies over here. I love stuff like that, man. Like, it's cool to see that, like, it's like when you call something the Ultimate Fighting Championship, like I want to see like the best matchups at all times. I don't say like, oh, Ultimate Fighting just to like be like, like all like fanny and just say the name because it's called that. I watch the National Basketball Association because I want to see the best basketball players on planet Earth like face each other, yo. So when you make something called the Ultimate Fighting Championship, man, you gotta have the best fights at all times, and that's how you produce results like that. With Peyton Talbot getting the finish over Cameron, and even then, like it's not like it's just to sacrifice Cameron in his young career. It's not nothing like that. It's just we know that Peyton Talbot's that good finishing a prospect like that. Like Cameron Simon had an amateur career, as well as his professional with the experience that he's had, and that was his first time ever getting finished. So to see that happen like that, it was just like that leaves people like it just leaves people walking away from the car knowing that, man, Peyton Talbot's really that nice, man. And like even my friend, I got a friend named Alan I was watching the fights with. He said he's gonna watch his next fight, and like that was like Alan's 3rd ever UFC card. Because he just really likes Peyton's style, you feel me? So it's really cool to see like how stuff like that can really happen, man. And like especially off a result like that. We're gonna see what Peyton does next. He's a pretty cool dude. I think that's a bleach tattoo that he has on his chest. Like that, like the circle, the big black circle. Cause like Bleach, like the Bleach, the anime, y'all. In case I've never seen anime before, like it's the Bleach, with the Ichigo Kurosaki and all that. And yeah, man, it's cool to see, like, like, I could be assuming, but I think that is the tattoo, like the hollow tattoo. So,
I was actually wondering what it was. I just didn't thinking too much, like, consider what it was. I just was, like, noticing it a lot.
Yeah, my friend told me that. Like, my friend sent me, because I watched this Contender Series fight, and I didn't think nothing of it. And my friend sent me the Instagram post, like, showing the tattoo. Because, like, it was, like, on an anime page. And, like, that shows you, like, like, social media nowadays and how it can really help towards the marketability of a fighter. Because I saw, like, Peyton Talbot on an anime page or whatever, just because he had the hollow tattoo on his chest. So I thought that was pretty funny. Oop,
Get in the big vehicle.
Yep, I got you, no doubt. And like, yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. I thought like it was just really cool to see that kind of fight. And you know, shout out to Cameron Simon, like I said. He trains at a good gym, so we're gonna see what he does, where he goes from here. And yeah, man, even then, like, it was a pretty controversial card. Like, you know, we also saw like the first ever biting, at least in the modern era of the UFC. If you check Igor Severino's Tapology right now, it literally says biting on his Tapology, like, you know, like, because he lost via disqualification. That was pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was the first time I'd ever found myself, like, calling for, like, screaming for a fighter to be cut, like, right after a fight. Because, you know, I don't like to ever see a dude, you know, of course, anyone, you know, lose their job, you know, of course not. But, like, just doing stuff like that in the octagon, like, you know, we definitely cannot have that at all. That's just so disgusting. Hey, good shit. Good shit, good shit. I like this dude. But yeah. You feel me? It's just more so this reward, man. Thank you. The fuck? Give me my shit. Yeah. Hell yeah. Let me use my stuff right quick. Use. Hey, yo, it's a dead shot right here if you want one. Skinny.
It looks.
No problem. It's a dead shot right there. But yeah, bro, like, it was a pretty good card. I enjoyed it. For the most part, you know, I thought it was a really good fight. We saw Yusuf Zalal come back into the UFC and get a victory over Billy Quarantillo. It was pretty cool to see that because Yusuf Zalal took that fight on short notice, and Billy Quarantillo had a full camp, and Yusuf went in there and submitted him. And that was Billy's first his first time ever being submitted. So that was definitely a big feather in Yusuf's cap. Like it was really cool to see him just bounce back, man. We know, like, when he his first stint, he was like 0-3-1. And a lot of those fights were close. You know, one of them, holy shit, one of them against yeah, one of them against Ilya Topuria. So it was really cool to see him get a bounce back win, man. Billy Q's a good fighter. He's 35 years old now in the featherweight division. We're gonna see if he decides to, like, maybe move up, or, like, you know, I mean, it wasn't too bad of a loss. We saw him lose to Ethan Barboza recently, and I know he got a win in between that. I think it was Damon Jackson. So we're gonna see what Billy Quarantillo does next, bro. Again, that was one of my most favorite results from the card, because I know, like, I was watching a lot of Yusuf Salal's interviews, and, like, he was just really happy to be back in the UFC, man, and, like, he knew how big of an opportunity that it was. And yeah, man, like, that shit was just really cool, bro. But was there anything else you took from the card? Like, any other favorite moment? Anything else you liked from it?
Justin Tafa lost. I did not see the fight. I thought he was gonna win it though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm lagging bad right now.
Yeah, me too. It must be the host. Hopefully we're not already dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm fixed now. I'm good now. This dude chasing after me though. Got a little bit of adversity on the podcast today. Oh yeah, bitch. Yeah, motherfucker. But yeah, man, that was sad for Justin Tafa, man. It was very, very, very unfortunate. You know, we saw Carl Williams come and get the victory. Shout out to Carl Williams, fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia. Well, not anymore.
He's like 10-1, right, or something?
Yeah, he's 10-1. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So he's slowly making waves.
He's a better fighter than people are expecting.
Exactly.
But he was also supposed to be fighting Junior Tafa, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty funny how Junior and Justin, like, just build each other.
Swapped
like, they just,
fights,
like, literally, bro.
Lost, unfortunately.
That's crazy. I mean, Junior took it on 1 day's notice, bro. So, like, that was just like, come on, man. When he fought Marcus Rogerio de Lima, he, like, was on 1 day's notice, bro. So, and I get it, you know, like, and, like, I feel like people gotta also realize, like, that's how they get paid, man. Like, that's how they feed their families. For, like, of course they can have sponsorships, like, money coming in through, like, residuals, other stuff, whatever. But, like, the big payday, it's like that $80,000 check, $90,000, like, 90, you know, like the win money, show money. Like, that's what you need, you know? So, like, and And fighting's a brutal sport, you know. It can make you famous, it can make you rich, but it can also like give you a lot of irreversible damage, and yeah, man. Like outside of that, though, like I thought it was a pretty fun card. I did enjoy it for the most part. If I had to give the fight night card a rating, UFC Vegas 89, probably give it like a smooth 7.5, 8 out of 10. It had some cool finishes, you know, like Peyton Talbot, like we said. I really did like Carl Williams' performance. I like how he went through the adversity with the striking. Fernando Padilla got a beautiful dart choke over Luis Paluejo.
The standing one, right? That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. That was yeah, and like
locked that shit in.
And he talked about like his training camp. He said he went through a lot of adversity this training camp, and that's another thing, man. People gotta realize like when they're going when these fighters are going through all like these really really rough training camps, man, they're really having to just like deal with that adversity, like just getting to the fight, like wrestling and jiu-jitsu and like all that, like every single day, because some fighters do 2-a-days, like that's what Jamal Hill said. Jamal Hill said he does 2-a-days, but yeah, man, I thought it was a good card for the most part. And yeah, man, the next card, of course, is UFC Atlantic City. We got another flyweight main event. It's pretty funny. They're trying to get that division moving. We also saw pictures online. They have started filming Tough with Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. So definitely excited.
Shit, I didn't see that.
Yeah, hey, Valentina's screaming in one of the pictures. So I think people are gonna underestimate how much like they're gonna go at each other. I mean, fucking mercenaries.
Yeah, I don't think people understand. Like that's a rivalry, man.
Yeah, bro, and like
a real one. A real one. I mean, Alexa now has to prove herself again because she just went to a draw. Shevchenko just fought 2 fights and didn't get her belt back.
Belt back, you feel me? Like, it's just a lot there, you feel me? And it's just like, it's crazy when you have rivalries like this when one fighter's like 29, the other's 35. It's just like, it's like you're the new up and coming champion competing with like the current GOAT, So it's like, we're gonna see what happens. I mean, like, oh, you got hella mercenaries over here. Bogeys, most definitely.
Why is my...
Nah, I'm not using that. Nah, it's straight. No hassle. No hassle.
No, I'm doing a challenge and it says to get semi-auto kills. Semi-auto fire mode. Is that not what I'm doing?
Am I behind you? Yeah, bruh. And that's all I'm saying, man. Hey, Trey Ogden got a victory over Kurt Halabaugh. Julian Erosa submitted Ricardo Ramos. Way to come back from adversity right there. Congratulations, Julian Erosa. He had a baby recently, so I was really, really happy for Juicy J. Ricardo Ramos, man. I felt bad for him, man. That's his second time losing by via guillotine, and we know how good of a he's a good grappler, man. So to be getting submitted by the oh shit, fuck me, this motherfucker hit me with this fucking riot shield, bro. That's fucking bullshit. Yeah, Cappy Tomic's coming to get me. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. This motherfucker had a riot shield. Yeah, bro, that's all I'm saying. And the last thing I will say, that Andre Lima shit was crazy. With the Igor Severino bite. I really could not believe that. That was just pretty insane, bro. It is really stupid, man. I think he'll forever be banned from the UFC. He's 20 years old, and just like that, you shut the door on the biggest promotion. You feel me? He was the jungle fight champion at 20 years old. Taking a gas mask. So, and just like that, you get yourself banned from the UFC, bruh. And that definitely just got Andre Lima. First off, he got him paid. And Dana's going to have a lot of leeway with him, because he got bit for him, man, in his fight. So it's just he's for sure going to, give him a lot of leeway in the future in terms of his career. Especially after getting that tattoo. But yeah, man, it was a good card. I enjoyed it. One of the topics I did want to discuss tonight on the podcast was the the disrespect I've seen of John Jones on social media. I'm honestly, and it's pretty annoying, man. I really feel like people don't understand how many new fans the UFC has acquired in the new modern era, and then a lot of people just really when they say that he's ducking Tom Aspinall, and it's like that kind of stuff. It's really annoying, bro. It's like the man, this dude that has fought so many styles, has faced everyone. I mean, this man was the champion at 23. He was that young, fighting grown men killers. You feel me? Like, I mean, like, people really try to nitpick. They try to be like, like a lot of those legends were old. If you go back and look, like Lyoto Machida was 33 years old. Like Rashard Evans was like 31. You feel me? Mauricio Shogun Rua was 29 when he took the belt off him. So it's like all those wins were crazy, and like that's a 23-year-old destroying them like that. You feel me? And like I just don't know, man. Like I get it, man. Like people gotta realize he got injured, man. Like as of where we are right now. Right now, he wants to fight Stipe Miocic. Of course, he does have an interim champion with Tom Aspinall. Normally, the champion has to unify the belt. But like, how do you feel about the situation? Like, how do you feel about like Tom calling him out and like the face-off, like he tried to have and like all that kind of shit? Like,
I talk about this on Twitter at least once a month. I tweet about why John Jones doesn't have to fight Tom Aspinall. Right. He doesn't have to prove it. Everyone's like, oh, he's ducking. Bro, he's been apparently ducking everyone his whole career. Like, he's fought all these dudes. He's fought Thiago Moises. He's fought, or Santos, whatever. He's fought Dominic Reyes. And people were saying he lost to Dominic Reyes because that was the most competitive fight. But he still won the fight. Like, it was just that close that people had to say he lost because it's so impossible for John Jones to actually lose. People were actually saying Cyril Gane was going to beat him. He was going to come back and wouldn't be big enough for heavyweight. Wouldn't be quick enough for heavyweight. Came back, finishes him, bro. Like, it's just stupid hearing it over and over again. It's like, bro, even when I wasn't watching UFC, this dude, I knew John Jones was the greatest athlete, like, the scariest dude. And it's like, they're still like, oh, Tom Aspinall. Bro, Tom Aspinall has beat good people, right? He's definitely a really good heavyweight. There's no denying that. He hasn't done anything in his career that proves that he can beat John Jones. Yes, he beats, he knocked out
Jake Collier, like, I mean...
he knocked out Pavlovich. Cool, it's heavyweights. Any heavyweight can knock out any heavyweight. When has Tom actually showed that jiu-jitsu he talks about, though? Because this dude, John Jones, is an insane wrestler. And he probably can take down Aspinall at will. I mean, he might be bigger than Aspinall, no?
I mean, at the face-off, like, okay, so... John is listed at 6'4". Tom's listed at 6'5". I do think that Tom indeed is 6'5". But
Jones looks bigger. Tom's just naturally that big, so it like looks normal on him. But this dude, John Jones, is like obviously he's not in like full fight shape. He's training now. Like
he was injured, man. He's on the out of surgery. Like he was taking medicine, bro. He's on the couch. Like
it's just stupid, bro. It's just stupid hearing that shit, bro. There's no one that could convince me that it's like he's scared of Tom Aspinall. This dude, Tom Aspinall, was starstruck when he met him, bro. Can we take a picture? Come on. You think John Jones is asking anybody for a picture? Any fighter for a picture?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He ain't asking Stipe for a picture.
Absolutely not. And like, bro, I get it. Like, continue. Finish your thought.
I'm just saying, like, let the dude retire on the fight he wants. He's took every fight that the UFC asked him for. It's like, obviously he had some shit go on in his career. Everyone knows that. Everyone likes to drag him for it. Let that dude end his career how he wants. How old is John Jones, bro?
30. He just turned 36. No, he turned 36 in July. Like, July. He's 35 right now.
He proved so much, bro, and now you still want him to fight every new young dude. And if he made a joke of Aspinall,
man,
it's just the next person. It's just the next person. That's all it is. There's no props for it. It's just the next person that's gonna beat him.
Literally.
Now he's ducking Alex. I promise you, if he beats Aspinall, now he's ducking Pereira.
Pereira? Hell yeah.
That's gonna be the next narrative.
Hell yeah. Literally. Nah, like that's how I feel about it too, man. And I really feel like a lot of people, and then like even in like yo, everything you said was literally right 100%. You feel me? And I only said all that from the outset, like the whole like new fan stuff, because a lot of people didn't really get to see him fight, man. So that stuff to them is like an urban legend, like it's like an urban legend. You feel me? Even like when he was here,
It sounds too good to be true. That's why.
literally.
All that he's done.
For real, and people try to make it seem like Gon is just like this so trash. Like Gon didn't pick apart Volkov. Like he didn't already pick apart Road to Strike. Like he already beat all these dudes. You feel me? Like so it's just like man. I think people just want to nitpick it. Like people had Gon destroying John Jones, and he came back. John murders him, and they still like you can't just move the goalpost after that. But for Tom Aspinall's perspective, I get it, bro. He just wants to get the fight. He is the interim champion. I personally don't like Michael Bisping's ridicule of Tom Aspinall. I always watch the Believe You Me podcast. I'll still watch it. You know, of course, like I can let people opinions are opinions. Like just that. They're opinions, not facts. Just my opinion is not a fact, you know. There's people, you gotta make a point though. You gotta make good points. That's the only thing that can differentiate the opinions, you feel me? And I really think that with this, that Michael Bisping didn't fight Robert Whittaker when Robert Whittaker was the interim champion back in 2017, and he wanted to fight GSP coming back after a 4-year retirement and all that, and that was for the money. That was for the money. Like John, like Michael gets way more money out of the GSP fight than Tom gets out of the Aspinall fight. You know what I mean? I won't say that. I'm not even a backpedal. Like honestly, not to really say that, because I do think that Jones versus Aspinall would be fucking huge if they actually did it.
Of course,
because it would be like, holy shit, this man John could actually lose, yo, and it would be the thought of him shutting up this young dude that's trying to disrespect him and just all that kind of stuff. That would be really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that would be really cool. I would love the Stipe fight. Stipe is one of my favorite fighters. I'm not saying that as no UFC company, man. They do not pay me. I think a lot of people underestimate Stipe. The last time Stipe fought, he was the champion. I get it, he lost his belt, but he was still the champion. He's still at the top of the division, even pack a punch, even right now. So,
it's just crazy. Like people acting now all of a sudden like the Stipe fight wouldn't be a good fight just because they want the Aspinall fight that much more.
Right.
It's crazy the disrespect John Jones gets for being the GOAT. And you also got to remember, bro, like this dude DC's legacy. I'm not tainted isn't the word I'm trying to use, but it's his legacy is skewed because John Jones was his rival. Because he could never beat John Jones. People will hold it to him and not put him on like a Mount Rushmore or something. You know what I mean? He doesn't get talked about as one of the greatest he might. Who do you think's the second best light heavyweight of all time?
Of all the second best light heavyweight of all time. Man,
can you put DC in that argument?
I mean, you could. I mean, absolutely. I
or
mean,
would it be one of those old heads? You know, like those older heads?
I mean, it would really depend. There's some people that definitely have Chuck Liddell as probably the second greatest light heavyweight of all time. Because it's just. Because DC didn't beat John, but that wasn't DC's fault. That John was getting in trouble for John not to be there. And what's DC supposed to do? Just not fight? So, he became the champion. And, if he's the best guy around, he's the best guy around. But then when John would come
DC
back...
was good, bro. For his time, really good. I don't know how it would translate now. Light heavyweight's a way bigger division, I feel.
It's a new, because when the DC, that's the thing, the revolution of light heavyweight really occurred in, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, you could say, when these dudes, you're not gonna find a light heavyweight under 6'3" now. It's just not gonna happen.
These zombies have to be way harder, by the way.
Yeah. So, Ravon City. Let's do it. I got a pack a punch, so I'm not really tripping. You have your field upgrade on you?
Yep. Hopefully this goes well.
No, it's all good. I got some shit for their asses. Okay.
Stuff
okay.
here.
No, okay. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah. Trying to take me out.
Oh my god, you have so many on you.
Yeah, I know. Trying to take me out. Trying to take me out to dinner,
I went
man.
up there and I got stuck up there.
Where's the zip line? Can you pin it for me?
No, the zip line didn't work. You have to come inside.
Alright, but I'll be there in a second. That's crazy. The zip line didn't work. Alright, I'm coming. I'm training.
There was something in the way of it.
I'm training.
Just go. I have a pack punch gun. Go.
No, it's all good. Me too.
See if that does anything. Doesn't.
There better be some rewards in here, baby. Alright.
Has to be another way up. I don't even know where our teammate is. Oh, put some shield on, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, triangle. Alright. That.
Can we take the elevator up? Yeah, we can't come here. Huh.
That's crazy.
Alright, be ready, because I'm scared of elevators in zombie games.
No, it's
open
all
the door,
good.
there'll be a big ass zombie.
Right. And yeah.
What's the next topic after this, John Jones?
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, man, like it even the last thing, just to wrap it up. I get it, Tom Aspinall. I get it. Like he wants to fight. He's owed the fight. When he won the interim championship, the next thing in his mind was that there's gonna unify. There's no in between. This dude got so lucky. This dude just got so lucky. Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh no, I fell off. Oh my god.
Wow.
I gotta come all the way back up.
No, I can wait for you.
Elevator.
I'll wait for you.
No, pack a punch. I'll be up
Oh
in a
yeah,
second.
no, hell yeah. I'm definitely doing that, most stuff. Hell yeah. Holy shit.
I have to call for the elevator.
I'm reloading.
We got him, we got a disciple. Motherfuckers behind me. I got all these perks and no juggernaut. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know where you get perks.
I was just picking them up.
Yeah, no, like it was specific ones though. I'm coming up.
Hey, I got the brain rot. Let's go. Double points.
Remember to keep shielding up.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Die really quick if you don't. Especially here, we're in tier 2. I want to go to tier 3 eventually.
Hell yeah, most definitely. I'm down. Let's keep going.
We got 15 minutes to extract, by the way. We should probably start heading out.
That's fine. Keep our stuff. But yeah, bro, like, yeah, I get it with Tom. We're gonna see what happens if they do indeed make the fight. No early predictions for me. They do make the fight. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, no early predictions for me. I'm definitely not taking John Jones to again defend his name.
Like that's a crazy fight though. I definitely think that would do like 1 million buys. I will say that, and I want to see Tom defend the interim title. I think they should do an interim title defense. I think that will be the main event of UFC Manchester. It's gonna be a big crowd that night in Manchester. I think they deserve a title fight, a heavyweight championship at that. So, and like, yo, they should run it back, you know, in London. You feel me? Like in England. You feel me? With Curtis Blades, Tom Aspinall. I feel like that was fated to happen. That's why Curtis got the win over Jelton Almeida. We were destined to have an Aspinall versus Blades too, and it's centered. It's wrapped in gold at that. So it's gonna be cool to see them dress that fight night up. It won't be any old fight night. It's a title fight night. So just like the Noche UFC was. So they're definitely gonna bring that, and that's gonna be cool, bro. Most definitely. And yeah, man, like, speaking of title fights, we saw UFC 301 get announced. The main event will be Alexandre Pantoja defending his flyweight championship versus the number 10 ranked Steven Erceg. Shout out to Steve Erceg, man, first and foremost. Like we always say on the MMAHOLICS network, you have to fight who you are given. And he's done that. And he's murdered these dudes. He came in, he beat David Dvorak the way he did. And like in this now, he got his last most recent win with the knockout over Matt Schnell. So and a lot of people definitely aren't really, some aren't impressed by that because we've seen Matt Schnell go through his fair amount of adversity behind Too Skinny as well. We've seen him go through his own fair amount of adversity in the cage. But get the fuck off me. But yeah, I mean, first off, I want to get your opinion on the fight before I go. How do you feel about the new flyweight championship in the division? And how do you feel about UFC 301 as a pay-per-view? Like, are you going to be playing it that Saturday night, when they go to Brazil? Or do you think you might be chilling with the homies that night?
To answer that question, I don't miss pay-per-views ever. I'll skip a fight night here and there. I'll put other stuff over it if I have other stuff to do. Right. Pay-per-views always put everything else to the side for.
Me
so I'll
too.
be watching that. I know a lot of people are upset with the fights, the quality so far, because it looks like it's set in stone at this point. But I mean, I honestly can't remember more than who's fighting besides Pantoja and Aldo.
Man.
So the return of Aldo is like big enough for me to tune in. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's going to be a good card. If you don't think it's going to be a good card, don't watch it. You'll get to hear about it later. Like, I mean, it's just how it is. The UFC had to put Alex Pereira and Jamal Hill on 300. They needed a main event. Like, we're going to be very happy this was this 300 main event because that card is insane. Obviously, we know people wouldn't want a women's main event, so the ladies couldn't main event 300 because that's not what people want. People make it clear that's not what they don't like. So they needed a men's main event. There's that. I'm excited for the return of Aldo. That'll be my first Aldo fight live I get to see. For the main event, that's going to be awesome because Pantoja's finally getting a new opponent. He hasn't fought yet, so it's something he could... we get to see how he fights without having any intel. He's fought his last few fights with 100% intel. He's fought Royval, he's fought Moreno. So now we get to see something new. And like, while Pantoja's really good, and I think he holds this belt for a while. He has a tendency to get struck a lot. So I mean, he looks really bad when he's getting hit. I've never seen a fighter look as bad as him when he gets hit. So if Erceg could come in here and land a few strikes, show him something he's never seen, we're gonna have to remember his name because
this gun is
he's fighting for the belt. I don't think he expected to be fighting for the belt this year, but he is. I bet that was on his bucket list for this year.
Oh yeah, like, he's having a wild 2024. He's having a wild.
I promise you, he wasn't expecting this.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh man. Oh hell no. Like, it's just especially like he probably thought he'd be at least another like 2. I thought it'd be another 2 years before we see Steve Erceg in the title picture. Period. I thought he maybe he'd fight down a couple times, climb up to rank 7. He's number 7 now. That's about a year. All right, bet. So now rank 7, he's gonna fight. He's gonna get the number 1 contender fight number 4, and at number 4, he probably would have fought for the belt, being a top 5 guy. But bitch.
What's his ranking now? Like
number
7,
10.
8, 9?
Number 10.
Damn,
they might bump it up for the sake of the fight, kind of like how they did with Cheeto when Cheeto was number 6, and they made him number 5 for promotional purposes. But I mean, I feel like
it's crazy because this title fight was 100% Manuel Capes if he didn't just pull out of every fight he ever. Like, man, if he was just fighting and staying on track, this is him because he's literally scheduled for the week after 301s, or is it after 300? Like, this is his title fight, and he missed out on it. So.
If he would have because he makes weight, he wins that fight by knockout versus Mateus Nicolau, like when it was originally scheduled, and then it would have been Pantoja versus Cop 2, in the main event, because like that was Cobb's first fight in the UFC. That lets you know like they were trying to push him back then. Pantoja was number 5. Of course, you know, Manel coming out of Rising, he was the flyweight champion. They were trying to push him back then. Pantoja was the number 5 ranked fighter. And they were gonna give, and they gave him to Manel Kape to try to make Manel Kape be in the top 5 after his debut. So it was unfortunate. Like he ruined that. You know, he lost that fight just due to inactivity. Then he lost to Mateus Nicolau after that due to inactivity. So he has to get both those rematches and really see what happens. You know, with Manel Kape. But even with the 301 card, that's our main event. We got Pantoja versus Erceg. I will say, even my opinion on the fight, I think it all really just depends on like the first scramble. I think it all just depends on the first scramble, how it goes, that first grappling scramble. If Erceg gets back to his feet in dramatic fashion, like a crazy scramble, and he's able to like outmuscle Alexandre, that's when it's gonna be like, okay, we're in for a fight. Because I do think that he can definitely strike with Alexandre 100%. I think he can crack with him. I just think it's just something about Erceg, not like he has an aura or nothing like that. I won't say that. It's just something about him. I don't think he's really faced by much that really happens in the octagon. I do think he will be able to take the shots of Alexandre Pantoja. We saw Brandon Royval take the shots, Brandon Moreno. Of course, you know, they both got some Mexican heritage, but at the end no, yeah, I got it. But at the end of the day, I really think that that Erceg really might be enough. If he could take those shots, and if he could scramble with him, that's going to be a pretty insane fight. And that's going to be another case of a pay-per-view being shat on, with people shitting on it when it first gets made. And then it ends up being absolutely insane. Kind of like how UFC 283 was. That wasn't the strongest at first, you know. But that was a great card, you know, UFC 283, you know, Teixeira versus Hill. And now we're getting Pereira versus Hill. For real. Yeah. It's so crazy. Not only does it rhyme, but they're actually closely connected. That's destiny right there. We're going to get to that in a second, too. But even with, the rest of the card, man, even, shot some fights out. Of course, we got Jonathan Martinez versus Jose Aldo. We're going to see how that goes. Jonathan Martinez is on a 6-fight win streak. His last 2 wins are like he's literally getting a hacksaw and just cutting off the leg of Adrian Yanez and like this is other opponent. It's pretty crazy. Like Adrian Yanez is a phenomenal fighter, and for him to just beat his leg up like that was really sad, bro. Of course, we know Adrian Yanez is bouncing back against Vinicius Salvador. Just so that fight got made. I do think that I'll probably pick Adrian in that matchup. I think Adrian can most definitely win that fight. And who knows? He can maybe beat Jonathan Martinez in the future. But shout out to Adrian Yanez, a very, very good fighter. And we got Jonathan versus Aldo. How do you feel about Aldo coming back? A couple minutes on that. Like, how do you feel about that with him returning? We did see him retire. He got a Hall of Fame induction and everything. So something in him.
I don't know if it's just like a Brazil legacy fight, and he just wants to he's like every year fight on these cards till he's actually has a stamina in him.
Right.
I don't think he's trying to make a title.
Oh my, get the fuck out of here, bro, with this shit. My bad. That was bullshit.
No.
That was bullshit. Give me. I got you.
Hold on.
Nah, it's a bullshit ass mimic. That was such bullshit. And I have this kill streak on me too. This is my field upgrade. No. Prioritize, prioritize, but real nigga.
He's on come right now.
Nah, it's good, real nigga. Alright, that's my last time going down. Fuck that. It's just with Aldo, I'm happy for him. At least he's probably coming back for the money.
He's the money,
money, most definitely. We saw him do some boxing fights in his absence out of the cage, so I think he wants to try some lighter, combat. Not like boxing is any like that's safe because you know you can get concussions and stuff, but he didn't have to worry about wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So it was cool to see Aldo really like really want to stay active. He's 37 in the bantamweight division. We know Henry.
Yeah, we should cross.
I'm
bad.
Right behind you. He's farming up his kills. We know that Henry Cejudo. That's honestly the fight I would have liked to see. To be quite honest with you, that was supposed to happen before the pandemic. That was the original UFC 250 card that was going to happen in Brazil. At that, Henry Cejudo was going to give Jose Aldo a title shot in UFC 250 back in 2019. But the pandemic happened, and that shut that down. That'd been cool, man, because he was really good. Aldo.
Well, listen, they could if Aldo wins, they could schedule Aldo versus Cejudo because Aldo's in bantamweight now.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. I think that should happen. I mean, like that's what I was saying. That's the fight I would have liked. But we know Henry just fought. He probably wouldn't have been able to do it. He fought at 298. That's 301. So he definitely wasn't going to be able to do that. We know Henry's pretty beat up with his shoulder injuries. And like even at 37 years old, he definitely takes a little bit to recover. Coming off that Marab loss where he got wrestled. And yeah, man, like I think Aldo can beat Jonathan Martinez. I'm coming to the car right now. I do think he can win. No early predictions yet. I do want to dig deeper into the fight for UFC 301.
He does have some of the nastiest leg kicks ever, so.
Oh yeah, they both do, which is pretty crazy. Like that's the crazy part. It's gonna be the battle of the leg kicks.
Really good Muay Thai fight.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And even the first notable matchups, we got Paul Craig versus Kyle Bahayo. We got Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. Vitor Petrino, the undefeated light heavyweight.
Anthony Smith just keeps fighting a bunch of dogs, man. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
It's the only way to get back. I mean, Khalil Roundtree, Petrino, like, these are tough dudes. Johnny Walker, he's taking all the tough fights. He's not ducking anything.
And he's not gaining anything. He's trying to defend his ranking here. Like, that number 11 ranking is big here for Anthony. That's the rankings for him. Like, it's an unranked dude, but he's undefeated. And then, like out of, like, his, like, I mean, he has, like, what? Like, out of 11 wins, like 10 are by way of finish. So it's just, I mean, like, like 8 of them are. So it's just, like, what the fuck? I did not mean to get out the fucking car. I'll be there in a second. It's right over here. I got that stamina, baby. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, like, hey, shout out to Lionheart. It's always cool. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast this evening, it's the Ultimate Fighting Championship, bro. You ain't gonna get no layups, bro. Especially when you're in Anthony's position, when you fought most of the dudes in the top 15. And like, yeah, man, like he just. I mean, like, he still has to fight killers, man. Yo, what's up, my boy Pick'em? My boy Pick'em MMA in the chat. What's up, my man Pick'em? Yo. What's up, Nick? Yo, in case you guys don't watch him, go watch my boy Pick'em MMA. He's a great YouTuber, super duper consistent. Always putting out locks of the weeks, always putting out live streams. So Pick'em, yeah. We actually got caught up with our scheduling last week for our UFC Vegas 89. We just did our review to that on this stream. We will do a show for the UFC Atlantic City, Blanchfield versus Fierro. Had a lot of personal issues going on for the previous breakdown, and we just couldn't get the correct day to definitely do our stream. And definitely gonna do a breakdown for the UFC Atlantic City card, for sure. And again, thank you for popping out tonight, Pick'em. Hopefully you definitely pop in when we do our UFC Atlantic City card. Again, y'all, we just want to reiterate that we had some stuff going on the last week. It was some personal issues, some family stuff, so really hard to try to do research and give adequate picks when dudes really got just like deeper stuff outside of MMA going on in life, so it kind of gets difficult. Really try to get the live streams.
There's fights every week, man. That's the UFC. Especially right now. I mean, we're packed week to week to week right now.
Right,
So.
definitely. And yeah, y'all, like, it's like, definitely gonna do that UFC Atlantic City card. That's a big card. Of course, it's a number one contender fight and that main event, so we will definitely do that. And in that fight night, it has fans, so that's not just your average fight night, so we will definitely be on stream for that. And thank you for joining us this evening, Pick'em. Definitely share the stream with people if you want to get to get other questions in here, and feel free to ask your own questions, pick them as we continue on with the topics. And yeah, man, like, we're gonna see what Anthony Smith does against Vitor Petrino. Shout out to Anthony Smith for taking the fight. I am happy to see Vitor Petrino get a step up. I didn't want to see him fight another unranked dude. I think at 26, and he just turned 26, that dude honestly has the potential to be a monster. I think that Vitor Petrino, not like future champion, but definitely future contender, I can say for the most part right now. And we're going to see what happens, man. I do like Kyle Bahayo versus Paul Craig. Petrino knocks Smith out. Yeah, pick him. That's crazy. Yeah, hey, y'all. I mean, if Pick'em saying that, it honestly might happen because my boy Pick'em's always good with the picks, of course. How do you feel about the fight?
It's definitely the right direction for the pick. I mean, I want to see Anthony Smith catch a win. It's just like all these fights, like I'm saying, all these fights feel like tough fights. They don't feel like the one he's gonna turn it around in.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to see him back in the win column, put a little win streak together. Like, we're not saying he has to win a title.
Right.
Light heavyweight's gonna be tough for him. There's no way he's beating fucking Alex Pereira.
Who? Vitor Petrino?
No.
Smith. Oh, yeah, Smith. Yeah.
Anthony Smith.
Yeah, Smith.
Or Jamal Hill, you know what I mean? Or Jamal Hill.
Right,
But it depends also, I mean, we could talk about Jamal Hill real quick. I mean, I know we're going to have our 300 preview, but, like, it's interesting. We have no clue how he's going to return. Like, is he going to be 100%?
Off his
I have
Achilles.
no clue.
Yeah, man, even when it comes to that, like, I think people really underestimate. Get the fuck off. This motherfucker. Oh, man, this is bitch ass. Nah, yeah, I got you. Most definitely. Got to get some body armor, too. Smith's taking too much damage throughout his career. I agree with Pick'em MMA, man. Like, as he just said in the chat, Smith has taken a lot of damage. Looking at his record right now, he is 37-19. That is a lot of fights. 37-19. Like, that's pretty crazy. It's about almost like 57 fights.
Soon he'll just be doing grappling matches. I know for 100% he's going to retire from MMA and only be doing grappling. It makes sense for him.
I honestly give him props for being ranked this long, for being in at the top of the division for this long. We know Smith used to be a middleweight at one point, and hey man, he's fought for a title. He could have taken the title via disqualification if he wanted to, of course, but we know that he decided not to, and he wanted to fight on versus John Jones at UFC 235 that night. And yeah, man, we just, as we reflect on his career, because if he loses this fight, this might be his last time in the rankings, undoubtedly. I don't think that those Sacker throw him out the rankings, even if he loses to an unranked Vitor Petrino. I think Dana likes Anthony. I think Dana likes Anthony. I think that even if he loses this, he'll probably make Smith number 13. Number 4. Oh, wow. You missed that jump. Can you make it? Oh.
No, I didn't get it either.
Can you actually
get to that exo quickly?
Can you make this jump? Or
no. We gotta get to that exo before it dips, though.
Fuck it. No, it's all good. I'm coming right now. And yeah, man, we're gonna see what Smith does. Again, it's it's a decent card. On the prelims, you got Jack Shore versus Joe Anderson, Brito, Elvis Brenner versus Mikti Beck.
Elvis Brenner, the boy's back in town.
Yeah,
love
bro.
Elvis Brenner. He's a great fighter.
That's gonna be a pretty crazy fight. Hey, what's up, Peter Matthews? Got my boy Peter Matthews in the chat, just saying bye. Saying what's up to us. Really appreciate you sliding by this evening, man. Really, really love having you. Thank you so much, but feel free to put any questions in, man. And yeah, I think the Elvis Brenner versus Mikti Beck oral buy fight is gonna be pretty insane. That fight is pretty wild. Mikti Beck has a pretty good style. He has 6 wins via KO, never been knocked out himself, and he has 5 wins via submission. So he has a 97% finishing rate. So definitely devastating fighter. This dude's fit is kind of hard. I like it, bro. It's nice for sure. Got the all white. I feel you.
You recognize mine?
Oh yeah. Looks like Rick Grimes.
Yeah, it is.
Walking Dead. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
That was from the Battle Pass this season.
For sure, yo, Pick'em, thank you so much again for joining us, Pick'em. Love having you on, bro. Thank you again. Really do always love watching your content, and we will most definitely do a UFC Atlantic City. Definitely pop out for that stream, and definitely put questions in the chat when we go live for that as well. And yeah, man. That's a fire skin, Skinny. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, love The Walking Dead. Watched it growing up. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
There's that new series out now. Do you watch it? The Rick and Michonne series?
Michonne one, I haven't yet.
Pretty good.
I haven't watched the season since Negan had threatened to cut off Rick's arm. Nah, it was after they killed off. It was after they killed off Glenn and Abraham. Yeah, Glenn and Abraham. Yeah, it was when Glenn and Abraham.
So they were in the community at the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No spoilers, please. No spoilers.
No. I'm not gonna. I didn't watch. I did 2 or 3 more seasons for you, but I didn't watch anything after the. Well, I watched to the 9th season out of 10. So.
Right. Okay. Nah, for sure. Like, you definitely always get back into it for sure. And yeah, this is a mangler. But yeah, and even then, like, shout out to UFC 301. It's a decent card, y'all. Of course, we gotta see how it performs on paper. It's still UFC fights at the end of the day. A lot of people gonna talk about it, but that Saturday night, people are definitely still gonna pop out for them fights. Absolutely. And yeah, man, moving on to our next topic. I wanted to talk about Colby Covington versus Ian Gary. Like the whole thing, like the whole trash talk and stuff like that. I really feel like people really gotta just stay out the fighters business, man. I really feel like people online should really let the fighters be the fighters, bro. I feel like a lot of people say stuff online to the fighters that they wouldn't say to their faces if they saw them in Las Vegas. You feel me? So I really feel like, and I not only say that, of course, we see a lot of Colby fans in Ian's comment section, calling him the C word and stuff like that, but how'd you feel about the videos they put out, like the stipulations and all that? How'd you feel about that?
I hate those Colby Covington videos, the way he talks, his mannerism in it. It's so annoying, but he cooked in that video, can't lie.
Cooked, really? You think so?
He was cooking up Ian Gary in that. Following that, so he gave, I know the whole lore, so he gave Ian Gary 3 stipulations. Right. Forget the 3. It was 1. Blah, blah. Everyone knows what it is, though. Pretty much. Make his wife beg. Make his wife go on his MyBookie ad.
Go on his MyBookie.
Ian Gary responds, "Don't tell me what to do, when to do it. I'll do what I want." Pulls out a Conor McGregor quote. Very corny. I'm tired of seeing dudes give out the Conor quotes, bro.
Okay.
It's just annoying at a certain point. It's funny if it's done the right way.
Right.
If someone pulled out, who the fuck is this guy? That would be funny, but it's always something you'll do what you're told. Alright, bro, come on, don't. People just suck at using it at the right times. And then, obviously, he responded back to Ian, saying it's not on your schedule. That's a good fight to make, man. I hope they follow through with it. Bro, Colby gets to talk the shit. Ian's the one who pulled out a 296, bro. Colby gets to talk the shit. Ian has to sign the contract, bro. Colby's fighting down too. He doesn't have to fight down. He doesn't have to fight, and he'll stay ranked. He just got pushed up the rankings after losing. He doesn't have to fight if he doesn't want to fight, and he could still get a title shot at some point, I feel. He's chilling. How do you feel? Got these challenges done. Yo, you there?
Oh, my bad. I muted myself. But yeah,
Good.
yeah, yo. Thank you, Peter. Peter, I was just about to say that. Yo, first off, I feel you on what you said. 100%, Nikki. Like, but I think in Ian's case, like, I think for Ian, like how, like, my man Peter in the chat literally just said, and again, thank you for joining us, Peter. Love having you here, bro. Ian is from Ireland. Like, if anyone is gonna like have the opportunity, like be able to really rep, well, like really love Connor, really like be a fan like that, be a super fan. I feel like it's Ian Gary, man. We don't have many Irish fighters inside the UFC. When Connor did all that back in 2016, that was 8 years ago. So what? Ian's 26. So, I mean, man, he was young when all that happened. I feel like Ian, like, imagine seeing a dude really put your city on the map like that. Like, not city, he put his country on the map, man. Yo, that's like telling a kid from Chicago, bro, that like he can't love Michael Jordan, bro, that watched Jordan win those 6 rings for his city.
Yeah.
And like
No one's saying you can't love Connor, but like, dudes gotta be themselves at a certain point. You can't be Connor your whole career. Like, Topuria was doing it, and no one liked it that he was trying, like, that everyone was pushing, like, oh, he has this many fights, and this is his title. Like, no one likes to push someone to be someone else. You gotta be yourself, like.
right.
At the end of the day, you gotta be you. You know what I mean? Like, he's never gonna be Conor McGregor. First of all, Conor McGregor never went to shoot box. Like, you know what I mean? Like that.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
dude went to Brazil and trained under that. I could never see Conor going to Brazil and training under a different. You know what I mean? Like, you're yourself. Have your own legacy. Be the guy that went to shoot box.
Right.
Developed his fighting game. Like, be yourself, bro. Stop being. And I get it. You could be a fan of Conor. He could be your role model, but you don't have to be him because you're never gonna be him. We're never gonna have another Conor. Sean O'Malley keeps saying he's gonna be bigger than Conor. No, you're not.
No, he's
Conor.
not.
If you look up the top 10 biggest selling pay-per-views ever, Conor's on like 8 of them, bro. It's like no one's gonna touch Conor. You can't change the sport. Like, okay. Side note. Let's go to basketball. Conor was the Curry, right? He changed the game.
Right.
It's gonna take a Wembanyama to come and change the game again. We don't have that yet. We don't even know what that looks like in the UFC. So it's like, it's not Ian Gary though. It's not Sean O'Malley.
Right.
Like, that's just my 3 cents on it.
No, I get it, bro. And like, yo, and like my man Peter says he is Irish. Peter says I'm Irish, but no one likes Conor here. I mean, like, I
heard that too, yeah.
I've heard that too. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard that too. I feel like, you know.
Who said that? So I heard that from someone else too, yeah. I did hear that. It was Paul, right? Paul was saying he's from, because where Paul's from, it's like they all like are pretty close, wherever, and they were saying they don't like Conor over there.
Right, yeah, like, I could see why they would say that, because of course Conor, we've seen him get into his legal trouble in the public eye. Of course, that could be like a bad misrepresentation for the city, like, you know, for the people of Ireland. Of course, they're really nice people, and, you know, like, really hardworking. Of course, you know how they built New York, you know how Conor's always saying. And like, yeah, man, and like, it's just like, when it comes to McGregor, I mean, like, even when it comes to Ian, I really feel like, yo, like, and like, yo, it's just layers to it. The Brazil thing, Layla, his wife, she is Brazilian. So, they, you know, and I do think that, I mean, Ian said it himself. He wanted his child to really grow up in like his native country, his native homeland. He's taught his son Portuguese. So he's teaching his son fluent Portuguese. So growing up, his son will be bilingual. And like, yeah, Ian was banned from Bama. That's Leon Edwards' gym when he was training out in London. Hey, my man RJ's in the chat. What's up, my man RJ's? Yo, y'all boys go subscribe to my man RJ's MMA. Really cool dude, always live streaming. He joined us for our UFC 299 preview, and he's definitely gonna join us again sometime soon for another preview, maybe a big fight night or of course a pay-per-view. Always love having the boy RJ's. Y'all should definitely go subscribe to his content for sure. And yeah, man, like for Ian, I just think like like, you know, Layla being from Brazil is a big part of it. And I know Connor had SBG. You're right about that. Connor had his one gym. And like how I said, like Leon banned, like, you know, that's a rumor. Ian was saying that he had something to do with that. I mean, if I was Leon, I'd feel him because like that's a potential opponent. And I don't want him training in the same gym as me. So I could see why.
Very fair.
For sure, like I could see why if Leon did go behind the scenes to the coach and say, "Hey, I don't want Ian training here no more," like that. I could see why he would have done that. You feel me? But when it comes to Ian, like, you know, like that forced him to go to Brazil. Like, you know, like I mean, because he'd already been over there, but then like. That's like his official gym now. If you watch the embeddeds, of course, like how we do, you can see he speaks fluent Portuguese. Like he's in the training camp. He doesn't even have to speak English at all. He can have a straight training camp over there while just speaking Portuguese. You know, and it's really cool to see that. You feel me? And how he really adapted to his environment. And we know that he's training with a future Hall of Famer now. He's training with the future Hall of Famer in Charles Oliveira. And got a comment from my man AJ's in the chat. He said, "Did y'all hear about the Peyton Taba video? Apparently he vaped through his butthole or something." Yo.
No, we didn't hear about that.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's wild, really. I know, like, there's a video circling MMA Twitter of him in a crop top, and, like, people are, like, you know, trying to get on him about a crop top. I mean, hey, man, to those people...
being serious, or was that, like, some kind of joke? I'm sorry, I wasn't taking it serious.
I have no idea. I will say, like, to those kind of people, like, yo, be careful. Don't say nothing. Like I said earlier, don't say nothing you wouldn't say if you saw him in person. For real, you saw what the fuck he just did last night.
Man gets to do whatever he wants to do. Go watch his fight if you think otherwise.
Facts. And yo, RJ's back in the chat. He said not even lying. He said he's being straight up. No, I believe you. I definitely don't think you would lie, RJ. So I definitely think you would lie, AJ. Not at all, bro. I mean, like, yo, like, if that's his prerogative, I mean, hey, man, as long as he performs in the octagon, bro, he can do whatever he wants, bro. He can do whatever, bro, as long as he just performs, like, he can do whatever his heart desires, you feel me? As long as he's not hurting nobody outside of the cage, you know? But yeah, bro, like, we're Ian... Because of course we're talking about Ian and Colby, and I'm gonna get to Colby in a second. But with Ian, like, man, like, I really just want, like, people really just to just have a different perspective. And I get it, man. He did the Vicente Luque stuff with the religion and all that. Like, it's like, yo, I'm not even trying to play devil's advocate, but people can really, like, nitpick all this stuff, like, and it can be looked at from either perspective. You feel me? Like, you can either look at it from because I'm like, yo, first off, I'm a Christian, right? I'm really religious, bro. I'm not gonna, I pray every day before I go to bed, every night before I go to sleep. I mean, like, you know, like all that kind of stuff, you feel me? But like for Ian, like, he might not be religious like that. And like, of course, like, that was still insensitive nonetheless, but that was him just like still trying to get under his skin, you know? And I get it, like, that pissed a lot of people off to want to try to be a bully and stuff like that, because you're already fighting, and you can't act like y'all weren't teammates. Y'all were training at Kill Cliff together. Excuse me. But at the same time, I really feel like it was really more so just about like the fight that was coming up. And even then, just to go to my man AJ's comment in the chat, he's like, yo, we talked about Peyton Taba's performance earlier in the stream. It was pretty crazy, bruh. It was pretty crazy to see him really put away Cameron Simon like that. That was Cameron's first time ever getting finished in his entire career. So it was really cool to see him, like, you know, like, put it on him, you know, get it finished. Like, that's what the fans like to see. That's gonna get him out that Apex. That's gonna put him on pay-per-views. Yeah, bro, that's gonna get him about that Apex.
Nice to see too.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's always cool to see that like evolution. Because only hardcore really look at the sport like that. Like nah, he deserves to be in front of a crowd. Like, get him on the prelim of a pay-per-view. Like, that's what he should be in. He shouldn't fight no Apex, bro. That fight should have been in front of fans. If that was in front of fans, that would have been brutal. Like, and it could have been next week on the Atlantic City card. You feel me? Like, it definitely could have been next week. You feel me? And that would have been like crazy, you know, if that would have happened like that. But yeah, AJ, we thought it was a crazy performance, bro. And you can definitely put your opinion on it in the chat as well, man. We'll definitely continue to go back and forth about it. And yeah, man, like, yo, for Ian, last thing I would say about Ian so I can get to Kobe. Yo, like, the Jeff Neal stuff, like, yo, again, playing devil advocate. Jeff Neal, like, that doesn't happen to Jeff Neal with the mugshot if you don't drive drunk and potentially kill somebody that night. You feel me? I'm not trying to be like, you know, mean or nothing like that, but it's the truth. Like I've seen like I'm a journalist. I've seen so many news stories about DUIs and people getting killed from drunk drivers, stuff like that, bro. Like little girl, like children, like kids playing a nighttime basketball game, getting hit by drunk drivers, man. Not saying that Jeff Neal just be driving drunk, but it's just like, you know, like that's probably just a bad night for Jeff. You feel me? But again, like that doesn't happen if you don't drive drunk, you know. And like of course the Neil Magny situation, you know that wasn't cool, like that wasn't right. You feel me? And I get it. Like he got Neil Magny, like he's in a custody battle for his kids and all that, and that really like made it hard for Neil. That was the worst thing he did. But even then, oh my God, holy shit. Even then, not even. Whew, that was super smooth, baby. That was super smooth. They gonna see that. The boys. I'm saying facts, but the boys in the stream gonna see that shit on playback. I'm saying that shit was super smooth, baby. Yeah, but like I was saying though, when it comes to Ian, yeah, y'all, I get it. And like, yo, like I said, I'm not just here to defend Ian Gary. I'm just here to offer a different perspective than everything you've seen online. Clearly, you've seen everybody coming at Ian Gary, you know, just, you know, trashing his name. And I get it, man. He brought it upon himself. He did, you know, you can't throw stones outside and not expect people to throw stones back at you. You feel me? And like, yo, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. You feel me?
Back up.
And yeah. Also another thing, and this is a side note before I get to Kobe. A lot of y'all don't really know what the C word is, bruh. When it comes to like, with like that situation, of course, for the purposes of YouTube, I'm not just gonna say the word, but y'all know what but you know what I'm talking about. People be calling Ian online and stuff like that, like the C word and stuff. You feel me? So, I think people gotta realize that, like, yo, in terms of that word, you're only that if you're sitting down somewhere and you're watching a dude watching a dude.
I mean, you
life,
get where
bro.
It comes from, but
like,
we don't know like what's actually going on behind closed doors. People just saying it because, like, I mean, yes, it is crazy that his ex. Wait, hold on.
I was gonna say, even then, like that Layla video she put out, I watched it. She said that never happened. Like she said, like that never happened. She said like he was making him food and stuff, but they never were like it was never like a 3-bedroom house with like them living together and all this stuff. Like, but you have to bring AJ's responsibility in with Ian and like and Peter. I want 100% feel what you're saying. I get it. Like Ian's 26. He's 26, you feel me? Like, I get it 100% why you would say that, you feel me? I mean, yeah, like, I get it, you know, he's 26. I feel like it was just a fight game, man. I thought it was just, like, the fight game, you know? I thought, like, yeah, man, like, again, the worst thing was the Neil Magny shit, because that was really affecting some shit outside of the cage. And he has to be a father, bro. When this UFC shit is done, this man has to be a father, bro. This shit is, like, he has to be a father, bro. So for him to make it even harder for him to see his kids outside of a sport that he's gonna be done with, those kids are gonna live forever. Like those kids are gonna be here forever. You feel me? You ain't gonna fight forever, bruh, but you're gonna be a father forever. You feel me? I got you. And I folded there. And
but it's also like it's also not. I mean, you get it. Like no parent should hit their kids, but there's a difference between like hitting and like disciplining. There's no reason Ian Gary should speak on how another parent raises their child, bro.
Right.
Just because you don't like how it's done. Like, you don't know what he was doing. You probably heard a story. But also, like, there's a lot of kids who've been disciplined by their parents growing up.
Of course.
And they're not gonna, like, say, their parents are bad people because of it. It makes them into. It depends how it's done, but it makes them into stronger people.
Stronger people.
But it's nowhere in Ian Gary's space to take that, to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And try and silence him over. You know what I mean? It was very immature of Ian Gary too to do that for multiple reasons.
Right, for sure. And like I get it. Like he took a narrative and like he tried to run with it. Also, when I say my man, like yeah, for sure, absolutely, that's 100% what he did. When I say my man Peter's comment, yeah, because it's not popping up on the screen. For the viewers, but he said, and McGregor has said so much, and he's right about that. Like Peter, like I definitely feel what you're saying, bro. Like Conor has said a lot, you know, to Khabib in terms of religion. Yeah, man, you're right about that.
Oh, no, 100%. Connor's a piece of shit.
100%. Like, yeah, 100%. Like, he's right about that. Like, 100% you're right about that, Peter. I'm not gonna hold you. Connor, he called his wife a
everyone knows Connor's a piece of shit.
Absolutely. Like, I'm not gonna act like he did.
He just got a role in a movie because his persona is a piece of shit.
Bro.
His Roadhouse role came from him being an asshole.
For real, bro. Like in a UFC fighter.
There's a world where Conor and Khabib didn't need to have that rivalry, but could still have that fight and still be one of the greatest fights ever.
Bro.
And they could have had interviews in the future, but them dudes don't like each other, and it's all Conor's fault. Like,
right.
Obviously, there's like the whole situation about what happened.
The dolly and stuff like that, the bus in New York.
No, I'm saying like the dude getting slapped on Connor's, one of Connor's boys getting slapped.
Oh yeah, Artem Lobov. Yeah, Artem.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, facts. I forgot about that. Yeah, when he pressed Artem in New York. Hell yeah, when he pressed Artem. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, yo, Peter, and I get it, bro. Basically, and like, I get your point, Peter. You're saying, like, the Irish fighters kind of got a reputation for being, like, you know, boisterous and kind of, like, using their words verbally to try to get under their opponent's skin. And, like, yeah, man, and even then, like, that's the last thing even about Ian, bro. I only said that to really offer a different perspective, bro. And also, even on like the C word thing, yeah, yo, that's the last thing I'm saying about that. You have to be watching your girl be with another man to be considered that. It's not that, oh, like if the ex-husband's around and he's seeing me be with his ex-wife, and how does that make me the C word? Like, that's not how it works, bro. A lot of people just throwing that word out, not knowing what that means. Like, and also, and like, yo, again, this ain't like some defend Ian Gary type of situation. But for the dudes online, and I like, yeah, that whole whack stuff, that shit was a joke, bro. Like, I was watching her content, like, really listen to her talk about it, bro. Like, I really, like, this was a joke, bro. Like, and like, most people didn't even like actually read the book to see
research into it.
Like, it was really just a joke, man. It was a joke, bro. If that book was that successful, she would have blew the fuck up off that shit. I really think she would have been like extremely famous, and Ian would have known about her. Yeah, I mean, he would have known about it. I feel like that would have been like one of the first things she said. Just so you know, Ian, I'm an author, and like, yo, yeah, what books you write about, and like all that kind of stuff. You feel me? That never happened. You feel me? So, and I only say all that to say, like, it's not what dudes really like make it out to be, man. And also I want to see if dudes can pull a badder bitch. I mean, to be quite honest with you, like, I honestly want to see that. A lot of these dudes online be talking trash, acting like, you know, they just got it like that. I want to see these dudes pop up with a hotter girlfriend and a better career. You feel me? Than being a UFC fighter. Like, not saying that it gives you the right to be a bad person. Absolutely not. It does not. You feel me? But like, at the same time, bro, I can't ask somebody to like conform to the way I want them to live their life. You feel me? I can't, bro. Like, as long as he performs, like, he's a fighter, bro. You gotta be a certain way in your personal life to be a fighter, bro. Like, for real, bro. Not saying that, like, again, it makes any of that Neil Magny shit. Like I said, that shit was fucked up, man. That was really immature. Like, he should definitely apologize. Especially Ian being a father himself, especially to a son, you know, himself. He should definitely want to apologize to Neil Magny. You feel me? He's fucking mercenaries, bro. But yeah, they're in here. They're all on the bottom floor, bro. Hit the staircase. I'm saying they're all on the bottom floor, bro. And like, That's what I'm saying, man. But yo, to get to Colby Covington, I thought that Colby Covington shit was lame. I thought it was lame. I'm not gonna hold you, man. Like, I respect Colby as a any fighter that steps in the cage. I'm not gonna act like I don't like respect it, him as a fighter and stuff like that. But yo, what you talking about this man's wife for, bro? Talk about him, bro. What you talking about someone you're not gonna fight, bro? You're not gonna fight his wife, bro.
The thing about Colby that I will always like is that
like, yo,
he plays into the personas of everyone. Obviously, he has his persona. Everyone knows that, like, the role he plays in the UFC is different than him. Like, everyone said it. Kamaru's exposed it. Like, in the back, he's not talking the same shit he is in the front. But if he's gonna play that persona, he's gonna hold everyone else to their personas too. You know what I mean? That's what I like about him. Is so, like, if you're gonna, like, go around and say your wife's a wag or whatever, you know what I mean? Or if that's the thing, he's gonna call it out. Like, it's entertainment. At the end of the day, the UFC is like 50% fight, 50% entertainment. You know what I mean? There's no other reason they partner with the WWE. It's still entertainment at the end of the day. Just the only thing is it's actual fights. But, like, look at Chael Sonnen. So many people are inspired by Chael just because of the entertainment aspect. So it's like, you gotta respect someone. Obviously, Colby said some fucked up shit. He had the Leon situation.
Absolutely.
He stood on what he said about Leon's dad. He said
he had no choice.
No respect for a drug dealer.
He had no choice but to stand on it.
He said there's no respect for a drug dealer. You know, it is crazy, but, like, he stands on what he says, and he hops into a ring with them. He allows people to fucking knock him out. He's been knocked out. So,
Also, got a suggestion from my man Peter in the comment section. He said, use the haymaker. It kills zombies very quick. Shout out to my man.
The shotgun,
yeah, the shotgun. Hell yeah.
Idea.
Bad. Thank you so much, Peter. I appreciate you, bro. And yeah, keep putting questions in the chat, man. Really evaluate your opinion, especially on the Ian Gary situation. Yeah, man. It's like, again, when it comes to Colby, I thought it was lame. You're not gonna fight his wife, bro. You're not fighting his wife. So it's like why give all these stipulations that could stop him from fighting you? You feel me? I don't think it's gonna stop him, but his wife's not gonna do that ridiculous stuff, bro. And for Colby to, bro, like, really saying, like, Ian this, Ian that, bro, I want to see Colby pop up with his gorgeous wife, with his gorgeous girlfriend. That's what I want to see. I want to see him be like,
here's the MyBookie girls.
Like, for real, bro. He was saying in that video that, oh yeah, and I see what you guys are putting in the comment section, like, where the MyBookie girls been and all that. He's like, I didn't feel like him, like, this bitch's old news or like some shit like that. And it's just like, bro, like, all right, bro. He didn't feel like paying for them chicks. That's what it was. And I get it, man. Like, yo, it's no disrespect to Colby Covington, man. I'm not saying nothing that nobody says online. You feel me? It's just, I thought it was lame, bro, in terms of, like, the call out, man. Just talk to Ian, man. What are you talking to a woman for, bro? Talk to him, bro. You're talking to you're talking to a female, dog. Like, you're a professional fighter.
I think for a long time, his wife is going to come with him in the UFC, you know what I mean? Like, it's just how it's going to be. Oh, yeah, it's going to be like a narrative. Like in every press conference.
And the whole thing, it is, bro. It's going to be part of his career, bro. Because if they fuck around and get a divorce, that's when it's really going to bite him in the ass, bro. If they were to, but no, I think he loves her, bro, and I think Layla loves him. I love the way she carries herself. You can tell she's very educated, bro. She's a millionaire. You feel me? Like, she's richer than Ian. You feel me? So. Like, and bro, like, she looks good, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be looking at some of her stuff, not like her pictures.
She's definitely good looking. People like call her like a bop or whatever.
Try to play just like
all the shit they see. She's a good looking girl, bro. Like, let's not be stupid. A lot of people, like, it's the same thing we were talking about before. They're acting like John Jones and Stipe isn't a good fight because they rather Aspinall. Don't say she's not good looking, bro, just because you think you know her history, like. Right, and she's definitely good looking, definitely attractive.
I think so too, and I get it, bro. Personality can turn people off, but even on the personality, y'all don't really know this woman, man. Y'all don't know this chick. Y'all don't know any of these people. Any of these people, bro. Y'all don't know any of these people, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I get it, man. It's no different than people gossiping on about celebrities, bro. Like, just watch what happens in the octagon, man. That's all I give a fuck about, bro. And I get it, man. The John Jones shit, and I get it. He's done some crazy shit outside the cage, bro. But it's, I mean, like, at the same time, man, I just like watching what he's famous for. That's all I care about, bro. Like, I just like watching him when he fight, bro. I'm not gonna say a whole bunch of stuff, bro, and not act like I'm not gonna be there when he's about to step in that cage. You feel me? So it's just like, yeah, man. And my man Peter put another good question in the chat. He said, I don't really watch UFC. It's all good, but you can watch anytime, man. Catch any card. He said, but who do you...
suggest that you do.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Once you watch one card, you're going to be hooked, bro. But he said, but who do you think is going to win the fight, and who's the main card? That's a good question from Peter Matthews in the chat. Yeah, man.
We should tell him about UFC 300. If he doesn't know much, we should tell him a little bit about 300. Maybe that could be his first card. So,
oh, bro.
Peter,
oh, go ahead. Yeah, please. Oh, nah. I was gonna say, I'm just saying, bro, in general. Cause say if that's his first card, that's gonna be fucking crazy. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So the 300th anniversary of UFC events. There's always events. They're not weekly. They're monthly. It's coming up. It's one of the biggest cards in the history. It's stacked.
Right.
I don't know what sport you watch, but whatever sport you watch, think of all the best teams playing in the same night. Hand-picked matchups to, like, you know, make it even more entertaining. The main event in that one's pretty cool. The storyline in that is that so there was two fighters who fought recently. An older guy who's in his 40s, he lost the belt to a younger guy. That younger guy was out for 2 years now with the Achilles injury, and he's coming back to fight the student of the guy he beat and took the belt from. It's a big fight coming up. There's that, but, like, you know, you want to tell him a little bit about 300, some of the fights you're looking at?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. And, yo, and even just to answer his question on the Ian Gary and Colby, if I had to give it just a little 2 second between the 300 talk, 2 second pick for that, I would probably take Gary. I'd probably take Ian. I'm really high on Ian Gary. I don't let any of the personality shit phase me. None of that. I picked him to beat Jeff Neal. I picked him to beat Daniel Rodriguez. I'm just really high on Ian Gary for sure. I get it. He's a human. He can lose at any moment. But I was probably going to pick Ian Gary. And to answer your question, Peter, I mean, it actually hasn't been announced for a card yet. A lot of people online speculate that it would be probably scheduled for International Fight Week this summer. That would be like UFC. That's usually the 1st July card. But June 29th is probably going to be International Fight Week. Cody Durden put a video out saying he's fighting on that card, UFC 303. So it would probably be on that card, especially because if they get Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, it would be perfect to put Ian on the card for the other Irish people to get Ian some love in the crowd that night. It would make him a star, especially on a massive Conor card like that. Even if Conor's coming off 2 losses, it's still like even that storyline alone is gonna sell the card. Is Conor really done, or can he beat Michael Chandler? And yeah, Peter. But even Peter, yeah, man, they talk about UFC 300. And do you have a pick for Covington versus Gary, Nikki? Or would you
I guess I misunderstood his question. I didn't know he was talking. I thought he was talking about like the next big card. But in that fight.
Oh, no, you're good.
Continue. I would honestly take Colby Covington in that fight. I think, but I don't think Colby's a bad fighter, bro. Like, yes, he lost to Leon. We know how good Leon is, and if he did injure himself early in that fight, that affects how you're gonna fight 5 rounds. So he has to change his approach. And Leon's good, man. We're finding out he has really good wrestling, so it changed. Oh shit. We're finding out he has really good wrestling. I might get hurt here.
I'm coming for you.
Hold on.
Like that.
I don't think I'm good. There we go. I know Ian's really good, but in his last fight he fought really passive, and in a 3-round fight against Colby, I don't know if that works. I don't think you could run away all fight. I know he was running away because his opponent had a lot more power, but you're not going to go out Colby 100% striking because that's how you get taken down, and Ian Gary, like, if you get on top of Ian Gary, you're gonna fucking wear him out. You know what I mean? You could see it. Like,
I think that's if he can get him to the ground. You feel me? And
you don't think Colby could get him down?
it's just, I don't know, man. Like Ian's like, okay, so Kobe 5'11", Ian's 6'3". Of course, that's just height, not really like body. I do think Ian's big, though. I think Ian's big. I think he's strong. I think he's young and athletic for sure. And he's training at shoot to box now, so he's working on that jujitsu. I think that's the one thing. If he does show us like crazy jujitsu at one point, that's when dudes are gonna be like, "Yo, this dude might be a future champion, bruh," because he's not gonna get beat on the feet by many guys, and he would have the jujitsu. But yeah, even when the Covington and Gary fight, I do think they're gonna make it. On our first MMAHOLICS gaming stream, I did say I wanted Colby Covington to fight Shavkat. I wanted him to fight Shavkat.
I remember that.
I wanted him to fight that killer. I would still like the fight if they made that, but they obviously can't back out.
I'd rather JDM.
Oh yeah, I feel you. Like that could that's a crazier fight. Like
especially if he wants to fight Shavkat. If someone wants to fight Shavkat, book that shit right now.
Like for real, and like yeah, like that could be the co-main event on a pay-per-view with one title fight on the pay-per-view. Like that's how good that co-main event. I love Elemental Pop so much, bruh. And like, yeah, man, like that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, and Peter, bro, if you're still listening, if you have a PlayStation, brother, and or like Xbox, whatever, and you ever want to hop on with the MMAHOLICS, bro, talk some MMA, and just kill some zombies and go over a card, bro, we could definitely do that, Peter. If you ever want to pop out, bro, we're gonna put our YouTube, I mean our Twitter in the description. You can send us a DM. Send us your gamer tag, or you can put your gamer tag in the comment section, and we'll definitely get you on one podcast for sure. And then that goes for anyone that's watching. If you guys ever want to try to get on and kill some zombies and chat some MMA with us, always gotta be respectful, and that's it. Don't even really gotta know too much about the sport. Of course, we just talk about general conversations. But yeah, and again, my boy Peter just said 100%. So y'all are probably gonna see us link up with the boy Peter Matthews in the future.
Yeah.
Shout out to my
Peter,
boy
make
Peter.
sure you tune into UFC 300, man. That's something. If you're here, you stuck here and talk to UFC, you're gonna want to watch that.
Absolutely,
that
bro.
pay-per-view. That's gonna be the best pay-per-view we've ever had in the sport. I think it's consensus. Everyone's agreeing on that.
I think it's the biggest.
Get on the ship. Get on the ship. Get on the ship. Get on the ship.
I'm coming right now. I think it's the biggest pay-per-view of all time. I was gonna say, fuck off me, bitch. I was gonna say that. Ooh, is it a perk? Nah. I was gonna say that. And yeah, and even we can move on to that topic, because we were talking telling Peter about that. In my opinion, I do think that UFC 300, and this is our slight preview, we're not giving no predictions, y'all, this is our slight preview. In my opinion, it is the biggest pay-per-view in UFC history. It's the biggest pay-per-view in the history of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, without a doubt. I really think that just given, just all the storylines and like the fights and like how literally every single fight one after the other, it's just like it's pretty insane to me. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it's just crazy to think about. We saw them release the UFC 300 poster. It was a golden flag. I think that's just the precedent they're trying to set. I think they would have liked to got every single fighter on the poster, but it just wasn't going to happen the way they wanted it to. So, yeah, man.
They'll probably just put some of the bigger names on there. You'll see Charles, you'll see I think there'll just be a bunch of fighters on it going left to right, but not everyone. You can't put everyone, man. You just can't. No way Jalen Turner ends up on the card, man. Like, you want him on there, but...
Right. Yeah, shout out to Jalen Turner, shout out to Tarantula.
It'll probably be like Pereira and Hill. You'll see Weili and Yan. You'll see Gaethje and Holloway on there. I don't think Bo Nickel should be on the cover of it.
And I
say you just put those three.
And like that, and like that's the thing, bro. Like, it really is one of like the craziest pay-per-views. Like, literally in UFC history, if not the craziest, like I just said a few times. That's how crazy it is. Yeah, man, it's a lot of a lot of good fights on it. Obviously, like Davis Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt kicks off the card. I mean, man, Bobby Green versus Jem Miller, Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez, Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano, Sadiq Youssef versus Diego Lopez, Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. Even then, I want to talk about this fight, bro, because I feel like everyone's gonna like. I don't know, like, Kayla got so much hate for once he signed to the UFC like that, bro. Like, I will say that I do think if it was Pena versus Harrison, I think that would have been, like, the bigger fight. Only because she would have came right in and fought the #1 contender just like that, bro. That would have made that fight, like, that would have put a spectacle around it. All that, and we know that Kayla talks shit, and we know Juliana can talk some shit. So I would have loved to see Kayla Harrison and Juliana Pena matched up like that. That shit would have been really cool to see, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I mean, still though, I think it's cool to see her like finally drop down inside the UFC like that. Like I was telling my friend who doesn't watch fights like at all, and I showed him like the UFC 300 trailer, and I said, yo, look at it as like all these fighters are like main characters inside the UFC. It's a lot of fighters, bruh, but these are all fighters that go by like first name basis. Every single one of them do, you know, so...
Yeah.
Like every single one of these fighters, you can say. I always say like, and I know Jem Miller's not in the game, I don't think, but I always say like they're like video game fighters, like the fighters you see on the video game, like they're the mainstream fighters. You feel me? So every single fight is like that. And he told me that like he saw UFC 3. He said it reminded him of like a sports invitational. Kind of like, you know, if you know what the Kumite is, like the Kumite, when martial artists from all over the planet really...
Yeah. Isn't that the one that's like 25 minutes straight?
Mm-hmm.
No breaks in between, no rounds.
I think so. It's like, you know, it's like a real legendary martial arts tournament where the best martial artists on planet Earth converge on an island and they all like fight to the death. That's what I see UFC 300 is. I think UFC 300 against the UFC, bro. I get it. John Jones isn't on the card. If he was, bro, like if the main event of 300 was Jones versus Aspinall, bro, this would literally be like an invitational of the best martial artists on planet Earth, bruh. Having this many #1 contenders, this many former champions, like this many contenders. Like the only fighters who really aren't like that are Jalen Turner and Hanato and Diego and Sadiq. Those are the only 4 fighters on the card who don't have like legendary legacies for real. Like even Cody Garbrandt has a belt at home. Davis Figueiredo is one of the greatest flyweights in UFC in martial arts history, period. Like, you feel me? So it's just really cool, bro. Like, what fight do you think as of right now you want to see the most on 300? Oh, and even then, before you get to that, my friend Pete, my boy Peter did put in the chat, put another question. He said it's not a UFC question, but what do you think of Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul? I'll go first. Yeah, Peter, it pissed me off. I'm not gonna hold you. I think it's pretty fucked up that like they even sanctioned the fight. To be quite honest with you, I do think that it's pretty crazy. Look at it this way, y'all. I think that Jake's gonna get exactly what he wants, bruh. If he knocks out Mike Tyson, everybody and their mom is gonna be calling out Jake Paul to fight him, bruh. Everybody and their mom is gonna be calling out Jake Paul, bruh. Everyone's gonna want to fight Jake Paul, bruh. It's gonna be crazy. Like, that's what I think they want, man. I think, like, everyone's gonna call him out. Oh, you beat up a 57-year-old, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what's gonna happen, bro. They're gonna, like, Jake's gonna get exactly what he wants. He gonna really make himself public enemy #1, bro. That's what I think is gonna happen, bro. So, but how do you feel about Paul versus Tyson?
Listen, I'm not like the other people. There's a lot of people who just hate Jake Paul straight. I know you're not one of them. There's like certain people, you know, on the internet. They just hate Jake Paul no matter what he does. I enjoy when Jake Paul fights. I think if both parties agree to the fight, they should be allowed to fight. Because if they really want to fight that bad, they could do it and not show the whole world. You know what I mean? They could meet up in an alley and fight if they want to.
It's on Netflix.
Mike Tyson obviously wants money.
For real.
He's gonna get money. This isn't like MMA. It's not like he's gonna get knocked out. I mean, yes, you can get knocked out cold, right? Mike Tyson's quick, dude. Jake Paul is a hugger. If anyone's watched Jake Paul's fights, he's gonna be hugging Mike Tyson. I mean, if you pay any attention, he's going to be hugging as much as he can because he knows Mike Tyson can knock him out. Most likely, he's going to try and drag the fight out to, I think, Jake Paul would win a decision, or maybe Mike Tyson couldn't get up for a 10 count. But there's a high chance Mike Tyson can knock that dude out in the first round. Yeah. If he catches Jake Paul once, he's gonna daze him. It's Mike Tyson we're talking about.
I think so. I'm looking at the training footage. Another stuff from 4 years ago, Mike's posting new shit. He's posting shit on his Twitter, like on his verified Twitter account of him training in the he's doing the bag workout where he's lifting it up and slamming it. He's doing all of that chest press, cardiovascular. He's doing everything. He can tell he's taking this shit serious, bro. He doesn't want to give himself to this young dude just to get knocked the fuck out like that. But Peter, even just to dig deeper in it, bro, I really think that I know Mike has to get paid. Everybody has to get paid. Literally me and you, Peter. Me, you, Nikki, everyone has to get paid. You feel me? But yo, and I feel you 100%, Peter. Me, yo, this man's fighting. He's fighting a 57-year-old. He's saying Jake is using headgear. I didn't know Jake is using headgear. That's pretty crazy.
Is that real? They were saying it was supposed to be headgear and all. I don't know if that was real. I saw that, but I thought that was just someone trying to make it a joke that Jake Paul's scared or something. I didn't know if that was real.
Right.
Also, but I definitely saw that.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I also want to say what's up to my man Ty Ty Betts. Just something in the chat. What's up, my boy Ty Ty? Always seen him in Pick'em's chat as well as other chats like my boy Ajay who was in here earlier. What's up, Ty Ty? Thank you for joining us, bro. We're just playing some zombies, talking some MMA. Definitely feel free to put in any discussion topic that you want to talk about. Right now we're talking about Paul versus Tyson. And yeah, man, even just to continue on with that, I really just think that it's a matter of Mike's gas tank, man. I think he could do all that power he's gonna do. I think it's really gonna come down to Mike's gas tank. How long can he last in the fight, bro? It's supposed to be 8 rounds, 3 minutes each. So we're gonna see. I think he's gonna go out there in the first fucking round and try to take his hat off. That's what I think.
Yeah. He's gonna be quick and he's gonna be scary. Trying to Mike Tyson.
I don't think it's gonna be like iron. It's not
when the adrenaline starts pumping. Well, listen though. When the adrenaline starts pumping, what did he say in that interview when he was crying? Man, he's scared of the person
that he used to be.
That comes out when he fights. You're gonna see flashes of it, man. It's obviously not gonna be the whole fight. He's gonna get tired. He's an older man.
Right.
But man, he's fighting Jake Paul. Jake Paul isn't a pro yet. He's still working his way up. I mean, okay, he's a pro. Sorry, he's not on the Devin Haney and all these guys level. You know
I
don't
know if he'll ever be, man. And also,
but we don't know. But all I'm saying is he's not yet. So it's not Mike Tyson is just super outclassed.
Yeah,
especially if the whole narrative is that Jake Paul just knocked out a retired fighter, whoever that guy was.
Right, almost died right there. I agree. My man Peter also just said in the chat, but if Paul loses to Tyson, he should fight KSI.
That fight needs to happen already.
That has to happen. That literally needs to happen, bro.
I don't know why it hasn't yet. It's actually so annoying.
It's another big fight.
Because Jake Paul thinks he's on another level, but KSI is a really good fighder.
I mean, on another level.
KSI is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he thinks. He really thinks I'm not, bro. And again, I get it, bro. He's training out in Puerto Rico. He has a great team that he trains with. Jake Paul does. You feel me? He got all that money off of Disney, YouTube, all that hard work that he had as a young man. You know, getting himself to those auditions, acting, doing his YouTube channel, doing whatever he had to do to get the bread. You feel me? So he was rapping at one point. You feel me? And now he's fighting. You feel me? He just wants to fight. So going with what you said, I mean, yo, he's like what? He's like 7-1 now. He's 27 years old. It's just at this rate.
Lost to Tommy Fury. That fight was the most boring fight in the history of fights.
Like, but it's like at this rate, what's Jake gonna do? Is he really gonna be like that 25-2? Like, is that really what he wants to do? Like by age 33? Like, because if that's so, he has to be more active, man. The only reason he's not that active is he be like selecting opponents, bro. He be thinking about who he wants to fight. You feel me? Like that's what he's always thinking about, like who he wants to fight. You feel me? And my man Peter just said another comment. I think JJ got really unlucky against Fury. I mean, against Fury, but Paul lost fair and square to Fury.
They were just no. The only thing with the Fury fight with Paul, they were just hugging each other so much. Like it was just annoying to watch. It looked like neither of them wanted to fight anymore. They both knew that the fight was over, so they were like, "Let me hug it out," and it really took away the quality of the fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, like
I would love to see them like fight normal, like actual boxers, but that was not boxing, bro. That was the exact thing that everyone hates.
Yeah, like it's just like the point fighting, and because that's what he felt, what that shit really feels like. Though that was him fighting a technical boxer that had speed, precision, all of that, and a little bit of power. He didn't expect him to hit that hard as he did. Not saying that he was enough to knock him out, but he thought he would have some pillow hands. Nah, he felt that first jab. He was like, oh shit, okay, all right. And yeah, like yo, and Peter, again, Peter's right in the chat again. He says, I think Fury was there for the... I got you. He says, I think Fury was there for the bag. I can agree with that, you feel me? I think Tommy Fury, he knows his skill level, bro. He knows he wants to uphold that tradition of the whole family and stuff like that. He knows that's what he wants, you feel me? But it's hard for him, man. I really think, like, cause you know, in case a lot of people don't know that, you know, Tommy Fury is like, you know, he's not biologically. Holy shit, he's got shot in my ass, bruh. He's not biologically. It's two dudes. One more behind you. Good shit. I got an airstrike I can call. But yeah, like, you know, Tommy Fury.
We gotta kill these dudes in another minute.
Yeah, I got it. Tommy Fury isn't really John Fury's fucking son, you feel me? So he's not really his fucking son, you know? Excuse my language, I was wrapped in the moment. And like, yeah. And for Tommy, I think his whole life, he's always tried to like literally live up to it. And it's just my man Peter Matthews just said in the chat, holy shit. My man Peter Matthews just said in the chat again, he will never live up to Tyson. I can 100% agree with that. I mean, absolutely
not. He's not that good of a fighter, too.
Like, it's just,
otherwise he would have ran through Jake Paul. He would have ran through KSI.
Oh, he would have murdered him, bro. He would have murdered Jake. He would have finished him. He would have really showed that level, that Fury level.
He's an actor, bro. Tommy Fury's an actor who fights on the side.
Shit.
He still loves that. What is it, Love Island he was on?
Yeah, he was on Love Island. It's funny you know about that. That's so funny you know about that. Yeah, like, and like, yo, it's pretty funny because we just saw Roman Fury. He fought on the Ngannou and Fury card, I'm pretty sure. So, Roman Fury, he's like 26 and he's like 4-0. So the Fury clan, like, it's a lot of them, bro. I feel like a lot of them really like saw the money that Tyson like got out of it, and like they saw how he really took the fuck off with it. Cause for there to be so many brothers, but only Tyson is the famous boxer, that lets you know fighting's always been in like their family. Like I think John was fighting in the streets a lot, hence like the Gypsy King and all that. I got PhD flopper. I'll take PhD. I think that like John Fury put a lot of pressure on his kids when they were growing up, you feel me? He told Tyson, he told Tommy, if he would have lost to Jake, he would have disowned him, you feel me? Like, seriously. Like, yeah, that was literally...
he was tweaking in the KSI build-up. Oh my god, he made it all about him. I remember that. He was like fucking trying to fight KSI himself, John. It's like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, nah, you're right. Like that shit was pretty crazy, man. But yeah, man. Like we'll see what happens with Paul and Tyson. It's pretty funny. Like we're talking about some Englishmen. On the list tonight, I wanted to discuss Paddy Pimblett's ceiling. Paddy Pimblett, he's 6-0, I believe, inside the UFC now, like 5-0, something like that. He's coming up to win over Tony Ferguson at the moment, and I just really, when Paddy first signed, man, it was so much hype, everyone wanted to see how his skill level was really gonna fare inside the UFC, and it really just mattered to see, like, what he was gonna do, because he was 28 when he signed, you feel me? And they were trying to get Paddy for a while, you feel me? But like he stayed in the Cage Warriors, kept his name up, and like I feel him, he got more money that way. But at the same time, like we want to see him actually like get in those big fights, because Paddy's only gonna fight on pay-per-view. So what you gonna do, like? Fight, like, you can't have two unranked fighters on a pay-per-view, and it's crazy. That lets you know Paddy's star power. He's unranked, getting other unranked fighters on pay-per-views, you feel me? Like, that's how crazy of a fighter, like, a popular of a fighter that he is, If I had to guess, I do think he will be cool. I do think he will come back on the Manchester card. It would be kind of stupid not to have him in that co-main event, have MVP be the feature bout. That could really make that London card, that Manchester card, really feel like a pay-per-view, to feel quite honest. Like, it would be a title fight at the end, and you would have some big names, excuse me, in their UFC fighters. But what do you want to see Paddy Pimblett do in 2024? He ended 2023 with a win over Tony Ferguson. So, like, what do you think? What do you want to see him do in 2024?
I definitely think I would like to see him fight Moicano at some point. I think he's got to fight the other. Like, remember how earlier we were saying we were glad that the UFC did prospect versus prospect and not just prospect versus veteran. Right. Cool, he beat Ferguson. Now he's got to Paddy's good. Let's see him fight someone good, man. It's like he fought Jared Gordon and Tony Ferguson. I want to see him fight a Moicano. Remember when he was beefing with Topuria? Like, let's see him go at another young dude.
Which is crazy looking back on it. That was wild.
And the funniest part is everyone would be like, oh, right now, Topuria would steamroll him. You think that, but Paddy, Paddy might look a little gassed in later rounds. Paddy's still a pretty good fighter. Has he lost in the UFC yet?
Nah, undefeated.
So why are we talking down on his name? Everyone loves to talk down on an undefeated fighter. Like, someone's got to beat him before you could talk shit about him.
Right. And that's the thing.
That's my only 2 cents.
And that's the only time we're gonna see Moicano versus Pimblett on in the co-main of a pay-per-view, because it's just the stakes of it. I get it, Paddy has 3 losses, but how we always say, when you make it to the UFC, it's your UFC record that matters now, because you're facing the best competition now. You feel me? That's the only thing.
Was he a Cage Warriors champion?
Yes, he was the featherweight champion.
He was. He did have to. He also held a belt somewhere. That matters to a certain extent, right? It's gotta mean something to people.
Right, and it's just disappointing, man, because he came in with a lot of hype. One of 5 people thought he lost. Joe Rogan said it with straight conviction that he told Dave Portnoy, because we know that Paddy signed to Barstool Sports, Joe Rogan told told Dave straight up that he thought Paddy lost the fight. He thought Paddy lost the fight, and yeah, bro. But it's unfortunate. If I had to say who I'd like him to fight next, I wouldn't mind seeing him get the winner, or at least the loser of Turner versus Moicano Turner. Yes, because he could get a ranked opponent to be coming off a loss. You feel me? I was just thinking about the Cameron Simon shit. It's the Ultimate Fighting Championship. I don't like that. But we gotta be realistic. He's a star, so they're gonna want to, holy shit. They're gonna try a lot to try to keep him here, So they're gonna do whatever they can to try to preserve that star power. You feel me? So that's what I want to see. Like, I think, and like, yo, and he could get a ranked opponent. 100% he could get a ranked opponent because he's on like a 5-6 fight win streak. So he could for shit sure get a ranked opponent. And that's what we'll see, you know. We have to wait for UFC 300 for that to happen. It would have been cool if Patty fought on 300, but I think Patty's always getting some surgery done. Always in the doctor's office, you know. He's always, I mean, I get it, you know, MMA is a brutal sport, and he has to take care of himself. And like he also said, he was having some twin girls, so you know, he had twins. So congratulations to Patty Pimblett. And yeah, man, and like, yeah, we're gonna see where he goes from here. I do want to see a big 2024 for Patty Pimblett, and like that's really it, man. But even then, going down the list to our last topic on the list for this evening, I want to thank y'all again for joining us tonight on the MMAHOLICS Gaming Chill and Chat, the Chat and Chill. We're gonna do these a lot more often. Y'all can give us any game y'all want to see us play. We'll definitely talk MMA and play it. Of course, you want to keep playing Call of Duty. Don't want to see us play something else. We play Destiny. A lot of other first-person shooters as well. So yeah, but then going to one of our last topics for this evening. I wanted to discuss Cody Garbrandt's chin. I know some people are gonna laugh. Some people are gonna laugh, like, as I say that, but it's a real topic I wanted to discuss, man. I really feel that a lot of people have to understand that it's not what they make it out to be in terms of Cody Garbrandt's chin, bruh. Like, it's not, man. Like, and so they make it seem like a gust of wind can just come by and like Cody, like, he just get knocked out. Like, he's not like Jason Witt. Y'all thinking of Jason Witt, you know? Not even a disrespect Jason Witt, of course, the former UFC fighter. Shout out to Jason Witt, you know, former, you know, professional athlete, all those things. You know, but they said Jason Witt didn't have the best chin, man. And Cody Garbrandt with 5 rounds with Rob Font and didn't get knocked out. But Rob Font knocked out Adrian Yanez, who had never been knocked out before. You feel me? So Adrian had a chin therefore. He didn't knock out Cody. So I really feel that like a lot of people just run with this some online narrative that his chin is that bad. Like his chin is just that.
And when he got knocked out by TJ, it wasn't like they make it seem like he like went out cold, like
it was TKO.
When did he just go? It was TKO, right?
Like anybody emotional, anyone can get knocked out if you're putting your chin on a platter to get knocked out. It can really happen to anybody, bro. If he would have had good defense, kept his chin tucked with his fast hands, I do think it would have been like the Dominic Cruz performance. I think he would have been extremely hard to hit. I think he would have been really light on his feet, and I think he would have hit just as hard as TJ. He hurt TJ in that fight. He almost knocked TJ out in the first round of that fight. He had TJ wobbling back to his corner, and like in the first round, he was literally wobbling to his corner. So I think people just really they just underestimate Cody. The only fight where it was really that bad was the Kaikar France fight, and that's because he literally went down to flyweight.
Why'd he even do that?
Because he was just trying, like, he was gonna get a title shot. If he beat him, he was gonna fight Davison Figueiredo. And Davison already had agreed. That's why they're fighting right now, because they were scheduled to fight back then.
I thought Figgy was supposed to move up back then, and that's why they were scheduled to fight.
No, I think that was around UFC. That was at 269 when Cody got knocked out. Davison beat Moreno at UFC 270, the Ngannou versus Gane card. So around that time, that like he said like, yo, like we can fight if you move up, and like, you know, because they didn't want to do Figueiredo versus Moreno for a 4th time. At least people thought they weren't gonna do it, you know, but they did, and Cody lost the fight. That's why Kaikar France got that interim title shot versus Brandon Moreno at 277. You feel me? Because I mean, like, yeah, Brandon lost to Figueiredo there, but I think they weren't gonna do that 4th fight. I think they would have let Cody get a title shot for the sake of just like a big fight for Davison or something, and then they would have like came back. But yeah, like even then, that's going on with the topic. It's just Cody's chin, man. I think it's not as bad as people make it out to be. I think a lot of people try to make it seem like he's just that chinny and like he just cannot take a shot, bruh. I don't think it's like that. I think if that Figueiredo fight, it really all depends how he takes the first punch, bruh. If he takes it fairly well, oh man, I think he can beat Deiveson Figueiredo 1,000,000%. I think he'll have the faster hands. I think Cody still hits extremely hard, and the thing is,
I think Figgy's the faster fighter, though.
Faster? It's just we're gonna see, like, because it fit me at 36 years old, like, he's still looking alright, you feel me? Holy shit. He's still looking okay, but, I just think that Cody, he's still really fast, man. He still has the skills that made him a champion, like, I don't think he's gonna, like, I don't think it'll be like that, man, with Figueiredo versus Garbrandt, bruh, and I really feel like that's a good fight, bruh. And like, if you were to knock out Deiveson, that would just set UFC 300 off on such a roller coaster where like you have no idea what's about to happen tonight.
You feel Deiveson could get knocked out. I can't see him getting knocked out. Like, I know if anyone could do it, it's Cody. But like, Deiveson looked good against Rob Font.
He did. Like, trust me, he did. He did. And of course, when I play some MMA math, like, we saw Figueiredo, we saw Font.
Everyone says MMA math don't work, but I think it works pretty damn good a lot of the times.
I
think that's just a narrative because it didn't work a few times. MMA math usually works.
I was going to say, we could say, like, you know, Figueiredo and Font beat Garbrandt, you feel me? I just think it's Cody's style, man. I think he can get on the inside, in and out. I think he definitely has the faster hands. He's better on his knees. He has better footwork. Davis is gonna try to walk him down. I think he's gonna be swinging overhand after overhand. They're swinging big, because he knows if he connects flush like one time, he can maybe knock him out, like out cold. We're gonna see how it goes, man. Like that's a crazy fight, man. It's truly a really crazy card. But yeah, we're gonna see how UFC 300 goes. It's just to end the show off on 300. It's gonna be a pretty crazy card. If I had to say myself, a knee crawler. It's gonna be a pretty crazy card. If I had to say so myself, I honestly look forward to it, man. It honestly will be pretty entertaining. And yeah, man, not pretty entertaining. I think it's gonna be pretty legendary, if I had to say so myself. And yeah, man, like, you know, Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. We know that Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan is on the same card. So we got 4 lightweights. Of course, we know Max is a featherweight, but he's the number 2 featherweight stepping up to fight the number 2 lightweight. So the winner of that could most definitely get a title shot, you know. So we're gonna see what happens in that. I think if I had to choose, I think the winner of Oliveira versus Tsarukyan will probably walk out with a title shot. I would like.
They're fighting for a BMF belt. They're in their own division now.
Right. Yeah, they're in their own. Yeah, facts. Yeah. We're gonna see what happens. Holy shit, you good? Yeah, I got you. Right your back. Push forward. Push forward. Push forward. Don't get trapped. Don't get trapped. Don't get trapped.
We're good, don't worry.
Yeah, my mask broke.
Come back in, I just showed the last one, I think.
Alright, okay, alright, hold on.
I think there's only one more here.
My fucking gas mask broke.
Last one should be there. One more.
Let's go, boys. Alright, y'all.
Ooh, there's a mimic in there.
Of course. Use the insta-kill to kill him. It does double.
It works on him.
Nah, it does double damage. Yeah. It doubles the damage. Bitch. Just like that. And yeah, y'all. We're clocking in the podcast at about 2 hours right now. Again, want to thank y'all so much for joining us. for this MMAHOLICS gaming session. We had a blast killing some zombies, talking to MMA with the boy Peter, AJ, Pick'em, Ty. Thank y'all so much for popping out in the chat this evening. Anyone I'm missing, thank y'all so much for watching this on playback. And yeah, Nikki, were there any other topics you wanted to discuss, or were you good tonight, brother?
That's it for me, man. Make sure everyone tunes in to UFC 300. We'll be doing a big preview for that. We're also having a new series coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell them? I mean, we'll probably do something else for it, so.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, y'all. We got a lot of secrets, a lot of ideas that are about to be unveiled. Keep an eye on our social media this week. Again, y'all, really sorry we couldn't do our Rebus versus Nami Yunas. We had a lot going on last week, y'all, especially with the amount of UFC schedules, like the amount of cards that they do. I would definitely try to get as many cards out as possible. Of course, we are definitely oriented around the cards. Still an MMA channel. For the most part, but we like to discuss a lot of other things: movies, video games, of course, anime, whatever you guys like to talk about. Of course, we'd love to talk about it. And before we get out of here, my man Peter asked another question. He said, "How much do you stream on this channel?" Whatever we can. We do UFC previews. We usually do our live streams for those. We do some videos sometimes for our episodes if we're putting out a particular topic that we do want to cover. But for the most part, Peter, we do live stream. So please put that notification bell on. And when you do the notification setting, click all so you'll get the notifications when MMAHolics go live. We're like, my man Nikki's in school and I work 2 jobs. So most of the time we'll go live either in the early afternoon.
It's usually once a week.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually once a week. That's just the easiest way to say it.
Mm-hmm. For the most part, and you'll probably see us later this week getting out this UFC Atlantic City preview. Definitely gonna get that done. If anything does change due to like school schedule or my work schedule, if I can't get off the clock to get a day to shoot a video, definitely gonna put out something on the Twitter. And thank you so much for joining us, Peter. We do plan on doing our UFC Atlantic City. And thank you so much for joining us, Peter. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone else that joined us this evening. And yeah, just gonna keep playing a little bit of Call of Duty before we go to bed. But we hope y'all have a blessed evening and a blessed night. And thank y'all so much for joining us. And yeah, go subscribe to All Jason MMA, Pick'em MMA. Hit up my boy Ty Bets for some good bets. Always making good parlays for the breakdowns and stuff like that. And yeah, thank y'all so much. And yeah, we love y'all and have a blessed night.